Good morning and welcome to GrainTV for May 29th, 2012. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbino. Weather was a driving force in the markets in the overnight. We saw soybeans up double digits and wheat down double digits. Logan, what was going on?
Yeah, well, specifically in the case of soybeans, it looked like we did have some fundamental drivers really pushing this thing higher. You know, weather was talk of the trade here in the overnight session. As you can see here from a 6 to 10 day outlook from our friends over at Planalytics, you can see that we're expecting below average moisture for much of the growing region. Really, the area that we took away from this was that northern Iowa, southern Minnesota area. They're well behind where they need to be right now for soil moisture, and this really isn't going to help that situation. That looked to be supporting bean prices. We also had Oil World come out and actually say that they believe the Chinese will have to revise higher their import expectations here for the 2011-2012 crop. You know, in the office here, we've been charting export sales throughout the marketing year, and right now our model suggests that the USDA may have to revise their export expectations higher here for the current marketing year. So we'll have to keep an eye on that in the June 12th WASDE report. What are we kind of seeing in wheat right now? That was moved lower here in the overnight.
Yeah, as far as wheat is concerned, it's being pressured by really global precipitation is helping out the crop in Eastern Europe, areas of Ukraine, Russia. Also in Australia, they received some much needed rain. They're starting planting down there, so they've got some rain that was helping them out.
Right.
And here domestically, we're really seeing a quickly advancing harvest actually pressure our future prices here.
Right.
But something to keep in mind is the crop conditions and how that's looking. If we take a look at what we saw last week in the crop conditions, corn and spring wheat are very good looking right now, but winter wheat has continued to decline over the last several weeks. So that's something we're going to have to monitor as crop conditions and the progress report comes out this afternoon, a day late due to that Memorial Day holiday.
Yeah, well, follow us on Twitter here. We'll be tweeting when that report comes out this afternoon. At GrainTV is where you can find us on Twitter. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back, jump into the Fire Tip platform, and take a look at some soybean technicals.
I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
And welcome back to GrainTV. Brock, let's hop into the Fire Tip platform here. Take a look at the lab quotes.
Old crop corn is down 3 1/4 cents. New crop is down 4 1/2. The old crop beans up 14 1/2. New crop up 9 1/4. Wheat in Chicago down 16 1/2 in the early going. In Kansas City, wheat off 14 1/2 cents as well.
Yeah, Brock. Well, you know, soybeans continues to be the leader to the upside here in this grain complex. Let's take a look at a daily chart on this July contract here. This is a candlestick chart that we're looking at, and these lines here that you see, we draw a Fibonacci retracement off. Or not off of, but starting on the lows we printed back in November, ending with the highs that we printed around 15. And you know, a lot of technical traders were really expecting a support to this contract around that 38% retracement. If you zoom in here into recent action, you can see that the trade definitely did find support around here after we broke this trend line here that was pretty well established since November here. You know, this is kind of the classic story of what was once support turning into resistance here. As you can see, we traded off it once here, and then after trading through it in the overnight session as beans were trying to move higher, we weren't able to move above that trend line. It's going to be interesting to take a look, or to keep an eye on this trend line here. You know, if we are able to find strength in the soybean market, close above that trend line, it could once again be support to this contract, and it could really help this old crop beans make another run at $15. Not saying it's going to happen, but certainly it may open the door to it here. You know, that kind of wraps up our show here for today. We'll be tweeting about crop progress when it comes out this afternoon. Thanks a lot for joining us on GrainTV. Have a great rest of your day.